Ever wondered why some people seem to have it all figured out while others struggle to keep up? What if I told you there's a blueprint for success that the world's top performers swear by? In this video, I'm pulling back the curtain on 5 game-changing habits that can transform your career, your business, and your life. These aren't your average self-help tips. These are proven strategies that can push you to new heights and set you apart from the rest. And without further ado, let's get started. The first habit is reading. I don't mind where you get your books. The key is that you read. If you watch the interviews of the richest people in the world where they talk about their daily routine, the one activity that is repeating over and over is reading.
I was always sort of really interested in reading.
I just read and read and read. I probably read 5 to 6 hours a day.
Well, I've always been a student, where I like to read.
You can listen to audiobooks, you can read an ebook, or you can pick up a printed version. Just pick whatever suits you best. Reading is one of the most powerful habits, especially when you're starting out on your career or entrepreneurial journey. It's non-negotiable in my opinion. Now you may say, but I'm a slow reader. It takes me a week or 2 to finish an average book. Don't worry, I got a solution for you. It's speed reading. I personally use various speed reading techniques, and I can read 25,000 words per minute.
We have the world's fastest reader.
This guy goes at the rate of 25,000 words a minute.
He's in the Guinness Book of World Records. He's been featured on virtually thousands of radio and television shows.
Howard Speedy Berg.
One of the main things I do is I use my hand, and it keeps my eye engaged as I'm reading one line at a time. One line at a time. So it keeps my gaze focused continuously. I don't go back, I don't reread, I keep moving forward. This immediately will speed me up, even in the densest text. After teaching this technique to thousands of people, I realized that anyone can improve their reading.
So I more than doubled my reading speed. You check this out, I went from 270 to 560.
I went from 400 to 600.
I went from 580 to 1260.
Habit number 2 is cultivating high income skills. To grow in your current career or to increase your income, you need to learn and develop high income skills. For example, to be learning a language, learning new software like SolidWorks or Microsoft Excel, Photoshop, or learning to code in Python or Java, or learning marketing or sales. The more you learn, the more you earn. You might think that all these skills are impossible to be learned by one person. You might be right. Those skills cannot be learned by just one person using traditional methods of learning. But there are techniques and methods of learning and memorization that I use which allow me to learn a fast skill and return the knowledge to hold it into my permanent memory. Let me explain that. One of the things I do when I'm reading is I'm visualizing. Instead of just hearing words in my head one at a time, I'm seeing a movie. And what I'm doing after I'm done reading is I play that movie back in my imagination. And the movie encapsulates tons of information. Look at all the books behind me. You instantly see all the books, but imagine if you had to read the title on each of the book's spines. That would take quite a lot of time. Vision is analog. You're taking everything at once. Hearing is digital. You hear one thing at a time. Most people read digitally. They're listening to a book with their eyes, and that's what slows them down. Habit number 3 is emotional stability. Most people aren't prepared for the blessings that could come their way because they're often their own biggest obstacle. Sometimes this isn't even something you're consciously aware of, which is why reading habit number 1 becomes so crucial. Books can help shift your mindset, especially when society often portrays wealthy individuals as evil and ruthless people. So having a stable emotional state and having the knowledge to understand it changes how you organize your work and getting the results. But it also helps you with dealing with other people. And I believe that half of building wealth involves maintaining emotional stability. Stock market or markets in general are driven by emotion, and success often comes down to those who can handle their emotions most effectively. As Warren Buffett says, the stock market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient. Make that you. And by knowing how to communicate clearly and assertively, by knowing how to behave in stressful situations and how to persuade others, you'll get 90% of your work done. because any type of work includes interaction with people. I know these things don't just come out of nothing. Many people nowadays feel anxious at times and indecisive. I can teach you a technique how you can deal with these two in just minutes. One of the easiest ways to learn to control the emotions is through breathing. Breathing mirrors our state. When we're tense, we tend to take shallow breaths and they're fairly rapid. So if you breathe in to a count of 4 and you breathe out to a count of 2, breathe in through your nose and breathe out through your mouth slowly and rhythmically. It'll lower your blood pressure and reduce your anxiety state. And here's a little trick you can use. When you're feeling more relaxed, grab your left thumb and say, I feel relaxed. Studies on the brain show habits take 90 days to form. So if you do this breathing exercise for about 5 minutes every day for about 90 days, and you squeeze that left thumb at the end when you're feeling relaxed, this becomes the bell, like Pavlov's dog salivated from a bell. When you need to relax quickly, you gently squeeze your left thumb and say, I feel relaxed. Because every time you did that for 90 days, you did feel relaxed, and it elicits the state and helps you get into a relaxed state very, very efficiently. The fourth thing is get yourself in flow. If you learn a high income skill, but you're only able to focus and do it for just an hour a day or less, you're not going to get far. People have different names for this flow. They call it being in the zone, being in Zen mode. This means you're able to focus down and work wherever there is work to be done. You're able to tackle a task at will. You're able to come up with creative ideas. Simply put, you are able to do more work in fewer hours, and the quality of your work is much higher than the person next to you. One of the ways I get into flow is I sit with my back straight, my feet on the floor, I close my eyes, and I gently recite a prayer. It could be any prayer. It could be the Lord's Prayer. If you don't want to use a prayer, use a number like the number 1, 1, 1, and your mind gets distracted, go to 2. The key here is focus. And if your brain stays focused on a single thing, you're switching on the alpha theta brain waves. You're reducing your stress level. You're lowering the carbon dioxide in your body and raising the oxygen level. This gets me into flow. Before I do anything important, I get into flow. Every TV show I've ever been on, I meditated or I go into flow. I was on Cavoodle and I read the 1,500-page healthcare bill in just 50 minutes and did a complete analysis. So I was totally focused on what I had to do and nothing was around me but the book. I was in flow, just like an athlete like LeBron James or Michael Jordan when they're on the game. They don't hear all the noises and distractions. There's them, there's the ball, there's the hoop. That's it. The fifth habit is stacking high value skills. There's a difference between high value and high income skills. High income skills like content creation, developing a software and designing a building are skills you can get compensated for generously. They're easy to quantify. High value skills, on the other hand, are crucial but don't necessarily provide direct financial rewards. For example, being skilled at attracting, retaining top talent. These skills are often known as soft skills, and at times are quite hard to learn. Contrary to their name, people struggle for years learning how to give a speech in front of a crowd or a presentation in front of colleagues and not get nervous or mumble or sweat. I'll tell you what I do to get in a good state when I'm going on a stage. I think about the benefits I'm going to have. I personally will close when I'm on a stage somewhere between 25-40% of an audience. It translates into a lot of money. We're talking tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars in just an hour or two of speaking. And so I'm not focusing on how nervous I am. I'm focusing on how happy I am that I'm in an opportunity where I can convert my thoughts and ideas into motivating other people, helping them succeed, and getting very well rewarded for my efforts. Instead of thinking about what could go wrong, I'm focused on making sure that it goes right. In conclusion, remember, success isn't just about working harder. It's about working smarter, mastering key habits, and continuously improving yourself. These 5 habits have the potential to transform not just your career, your entire life. However, this transformation only happens if you start implementing them. So here's what you need to do next. Let me know in the comments which habit you're going to start with. And if you found this video valuable, don't forget to subscribe. I'll be publishing more videos with actionable advice. So stay focused, keep pushing upward, and I'll see you in the next video. Till then, best of success.